if they had a baby, a music baby, you'd have us.
That's pretty good.
I think that's pretty accurate.
And a squirrel.
I feel.
Yeah,
and then throw a squirrel in there for some diversity. Squirrel.
I've heard some of your music, and that is pretty damn accurate, man.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
What did someone say? Grandma's on crack?
Grandma's on crack. All right, now that's where I would interject and say, hey,
no, that's the groupies. Welcome to Room 6, the channel dedicated to the local music scene and the not-so-local music scene and the people that make it, including me and these guys. My guests today are primarily based out of Ybor, Florida. However, they've spread their seed all over the place, and they're currently on tour here in Vegas. They are playing at time of recording, which of course will be way past after this video gets posted. But you're playing Dive Bar tomorrow?
Yes.
Cool. It's a good venue. Yeah. Right on.
For Go Skateboard Day.
One of them is a host of ArtoCast. Mm-hmm. One of them says rock and bass in your face.
That's right.
And one of them, we'll find out. But please welcome to the channel one of the best band names ever, Thunder Sak. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello, world.
Now, if you're watching this video and you don't know who Thunder Sak is, thank you very much. Please introduce yourselves. Tell them what you do in the band.
My name is Josh. Play the electric guitar.
Mm-hmm. Electric guitar?
The electric racerback.
Ooh.
That guy right there.
Great name, by the way.
Thank you. The Razorback?
Yeah, the Razorback. Not me.
Oh, there we go.
And that's for you.
This is a
sign. Thanks.
Any more, Josh?
No.
The fiddle?
We'll get there. We'll get to that.
The fiddle? You don't play the fiddle?
I play the thunder broom.
Thunder broom. You're rocking the bass in your face.
In your face.
Yeah, that's the March
That's the
mustard. That's March mustard right there.
And I misspoke. He is not the host of ArtoCast. He's the creator of ArtoCast.
But it's my thing.
Yes.
And the reason why I can't go in front of the camera, it's another project I'll get in trouble for.
And it is...
I always say I'll be in the background, but it's all me.
Next!
ArtoCast.
I'm Kevin, the drummer.
Mustache aficionado.
Hello.
So your band seems to be all about music, band life, and squirrels. Can you talk about the squirrels for me?
You go ahead, Kevin.
Well,
It's quiet now, man. Come on.
I'm not quiet. Listen, I'm choosing my words wisely, and they may not actually come out so wise.
There's a clock.
Would Wu-Tang hesitate?
Yeah, no, Wu-Tang would not hesitate. They'd come right in with a fucking eagle claw. All right,
the RZA.
Right? He'd eat squirrels. So Wu-Tang's just a foreground on there, But no, the squirrel, shit, man, we just get squirrely. We're all skateboarders, and we just live right on the edge. Mm-hmm. Always digging, always burying.
Nice.
Trying to find what we just left behind. Just out there getting it.
Right on. Where's next after Vegas for you guys?
Salt Lake, Utah.
Utah. Where is this Utah anyway?
Utah is out past.
I'm aware of where it is.
I'm kidding. Past the line.
Right on. Now, they are going to grace us with a music video after this. It's because they're on the road, not really set up to cram their big sound.
We'll give you the road
6. But if you want to be on the channel and, hey, even perform or get reviewed, hit me up using my email address or the social media link down in the description. I think it's how we found each other.
Room 6.
Yes.
No, I found you, it used to be able to search the scene all the time out here.
But you still can.
But it's was way off.
Yeah, we're working. Some of us are working on it.
Now it's coming back.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we're around
for the comeback.
Yep. Oh, man, I went to some good stuff out here. So I was looking for that, and you kept coming up. I'm like, I'm going to see what this guy
Cool. Awesome.
It
works.
Tuesday.
Incidentally, while you're down there at that social media link, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on future videos, live streams, reviews. And hey, how about visiting room6.shop, get some merch? Bink! Merch is life. Because any money I get on the channel actually goes into either making the videos better or the music scene. I'm doing something in August. I'm finally able to talk about it. This is awesome. Chiba Hut on Rainbow Sahara. It's a sandwich shop with a little outdoor area and they are the only Chiba Hut in Nevada that puts on live music, and it is amazing. I've seen so many incredible shows there, from everything from just your singer-songwriter on acoustic guitar to noisecore and grindcore and metal.
Sweet.
I haven't seen any country western there, but
Do that.
But the food is amazing, and of course punk shows. But Chiba Hut has graciously allowed me to hold the first ever Room 6 Rocks Summer Showcase. But when I say showcase, I mean I'm going 5 at a time down the list of all the interviews I've done. I've done over 80 now over the years. And I'm just basically saying, hey, can you play? Hey, can you play? I've got 5 acts from those halcyon days back on season 1 that are going to come perform. Stick around. Please subscribe. Ring the bell. I'm going to be making announcements and talking more about it. There's some really, really cool things that are going to be happening out of it. And yeah, I hope you can be there. There's also going to be a live stream. Can't be there? Check that out. Moving on.
Be there or be L7 squared. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. You don't want to have a box.
No, nobody's going to hit
He's right.
So,
Sorry. I was just trying to be
Knock
funny.
him out.
to the questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thought it disappeared.
Yes.
Whoa! It's like a Harry Potter here, you know, mischief manage.
That would be hilarious if somebody's trying to look at your interview notes and they just kind of...
Mischief manage.
Just do this. Just the heat of your hand makes it appear. Anyway, I digress. So, I wanted to talk real quick about... I got to get this out of the way. For anybody that doesn't know you guys' music at all, I hate to ask this question, but I have to ask it. How would you describe your band's musical style? Elevator pitch, go.
Can I do this one?
Yeah.
Because
I'll correct
I
it
feel
if
like no. I know you will. You know.
Yeah, I like the stories.
So, I kind of when I describe our band, I tell them if you've ever heard of Minutemen and like Mike Watt, you know, Minutemen and Primus. If they had a baby, a music baby, you'd have us.
That's pretty good.
I think that's pretty accurate.
And a
I
squirrel.
feel.
Yeah,
And then throw a squirrel in there for some diversity. Squirrel.
I've heard some of your music, and that is pretty damn accurate, man.
Thank you.
Is it?
Well done.
Thank you.
What did someone say? Grandma's on crack?
Grandma's on crack. All right, now that's where I would interject
They said
and
it
say,
in one of our
hey,
shows.
No, that's the groupies.
Yeah, they're in the crowd, Bob.
Hey, you know what? I've been remiss. Welcome to the channel.
Hey,
Thank you.
cheers.
Thank you.
Clunk,
Clunk.
clunk,
Thank you,
clunk,
thank
clunk, 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 clunk.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching. Apple juice, love it.
Diet Coke.
PBR. Are you going to edit that out?
No, keep it.
That's fine.
Keep that. Yes.
If any alcohol vendors or makers do want to sponsor me by sending me booze, I will talk it up and drink nothing but your booze on camera.
Well, I'm looking forward to getting into some of that. What do you have?
Black
some Black Eagle?
Ooh, Black Eagle.
If Black Eagle, I mean, it sounds good.
Big flats.
I'd probably,
Get it at
well,
Walgreens.
honestly, the older I get, I sip at them. Even if I get a shot, I sip at
my
the
shots.
I think also when you're buying the drinks, shots just seem like a waste of money.
100%.
Unless it's only meant to be a shot. Have you ever had cold Captain Morgan's Cannonball Blast rum?
No, sir.
It is marketed as cold. It is only supposed to be drunk cold. I have done it all ways, and it is only supposed to be drunk cold. But you drink it, and you're like, ooh, and it's amazing. And it doesn't last long, and I do have it here.
Well, here's one for you. You ever hear of Bumbu?
No.
It's B-U-M... B-U.
Boo.
Yeah, Bumbu. It's like exactly how it sounds.
We will
But
get to music, I promise.
listen.
What about
It's got
Stroop
2
Waffle?
crossbones on it,
Over there, Stroop Waffle.
and it's rum, but we call it the panty dropper. All right, just even my lady, it's the panty dropper. I'm just telling you, man. And just FYI, if you're fucking single out there and you want to, you like some rum, you want to, you having a thing.
And here it is.
Bumbu.
And here it is
It's
zippers.
Bumbu.
You want to hear
I'm telling
zippers?
you right now,
No
that's
buttons?
good rum. It's like don't even mix it with nothing. It's worth it.
Yeah, you
Just right on the rocks.
yeah.
Sip at that.
Put on a little squirrel music.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Getting back
Okay.
2 feet, put a little squirrel in there.
So, okay, so we got the elevator pitch. Getting back to the point of it,
Hey,
the interview's going great. Getting back to the point of this, I have to ask,
Go.
why Thunder Sack? It's the only way I say it.
That would be Sean, right?
That's the only way I say it.
I don't know. I was hanging out with this guy.
Yeah,
I think it was what's that place called?
The Art Colony?
No, the other bar.
Where
we always go, where you're on the roof shooting fire.
Stonies.
Oh, Stonies. Yeah.
I was at Stonies watching another band where you were dancing around, and I'm just like,
I was getting buck.
I was like,
I'm just a drummer.
And I was like, it's more like a sack of energy, Thunder Sack. You know?
Yeah.
Thunder Sack.
I like it.
Coming at you. I'll get it coming at you. You know.
Yeah.
Let's get it coming at
The
you.
jokes write themselves.
I don't know. That's what you got to do.
You know, you say it, and
You gotta
all of a
step back
sudden,
2
words
feet.
are coming out. Oh no.
Nice. All right. Moving on.
Move on.
I was wondering, you still big Justin Bieber fans?
Absolutely.
Yes. What? Yeah.
It's posted out there.
Yeah, I put it out
Big
there.
old Justin Bieber fans.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Even with half his face.
I don't
Sure.
know. What I know this news thing. That was a
Sure,
long time
we're
ago.
fans. Like,
That
what,
was a long,
really?
That was a long time ago.
What
One of our
happened?
videos. One of our videos. a long time ago.
I love asking questions where half the band has no idea.
No, it's out there. It's out there. When he was younger,
Yeah.
he can rock.
Well played, sir.
Yes.
He can rock. He can rock.
And then I have another question. For some reason, it says Tony Hawk's bodyguard.
Hey, if Tony needs us, we're there.
No, I met Tony Hawk's bodyguard
Mm.
like at a skate park, and he was a cop there, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm Tony Hawk's bodyguard," and so I filmed him.
Should he be
Put him
telling
on
you that?
I don't know. He was his bodyguard. He said, you know. So Tony Hawk has a bodyguard, and then that kind of
Who's gonna attack
Weird.
Tony Hawk?
Well, there's some
He's
haters
attacked.
out there,
I
man.
know.
There really are some haters. Honestly, you get some,
Ben
like you get
Anyway,
momentum and
Artocast
shit. Like people
episode
think that
maybe
you
2.
sell out. Like that's the dumbest shit
I
ever,
talked
man.
to Tony Hawk's
That
bodyguard.
dude he was so influential on the skate scene. Like,
Sounds weird.
how you gonna hate on that guy?
Right.
Like I get it. I get where the hate comes from, but
I don't think it's
yeah,
hate. I
if
think
you
it's
just
more like
if you just settle your ass down for a second, you're gonna
I've never
you're gonna
heard
realize that
anybody
like
complain
he's
about
more
Tony Hawk.
influential.
no, it's not. It's not more like they're gonna do something. He's just more popular. Like
Yeah,
more
he-
liked. And
There's some
just-
crazy
Anyway.
some crazy mofos
Yeah,
out there.
exactly.
That's all I gotta
It's
say.
more like
you know?
a Justin Bieber of skateboard. No, I wouldn't put it.
I'd have a
Wow.
buy if I was.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Like popularity. Like
Listen,
he's just
if
an
I was
awesome-
Tony
he does
Hawk, I'd
everything-
have somebody.
He does everything skateboard.
Josh is
He's
just like, whatever.
saying.
I thought we were here to talk about the band.
Tony Hawk, if you're out there.
So every other day I change my strings.
Mm-hmm.
I actually,
Yeah.
I refuse to let anybody talk about change your strings daily.
I don't.
Not daily, but change your
No,
strings.
no. I literally.
It's not like that.
So we were
We
playing.
literally don't
We'll get
sound
there.
check.
We'll get to those questions.
It's all.
We were playing a gig in Tampa, and I play a '66 Ludwig.
Ooh.
All right, and it's a classic. It's a vintage kit.
Very.
We played the Orpheum in Ybor City, and it was like a battle of bands or something, whatever. But we get done playing, and I beat the living shit out of these freaking things. We were pretty primed up before we went on, and it sounded great, honestly. Yeah, a little tune. And the sound guy comes up and he's undoing the mics, and he's like, "Hey, man, you know, if you want to play this kind of music, you might want to think about, you know, playing you might want to think about playing like another set or another kid or something because blah blah blah." I was like, "Dude, I'm not putting them on a shelf to fucking worship them. You know, I'm gonna beat them. They're and they sound great when they're used. You know, you have to keep them alive.
Cars.
You have to use it.
Yeah,
exactly, man. Step on the freaking gas."
I never got. Part of my channel is I do whiskey reviews, and I currently have exactly 2 bottles of whiskey that I just bought because I never got the point of. Here's my collection. People literally have like thumbprint readers to get into your liquor collection. I'm like, just drink the shit.
Yeah.
Really? But part of that is the whole collector mentality. I also never got, like, I have to have, 200 guitars. Why? Think of all the other things you could spend that money on.
True.
Mm-hmm.
How many guitars can you play at one time?
And
Well-
he played in your basement.
Yeah. Now, that being said, when you have that kind of crazy money, like, Eddie Van Halen or whatever, yeah, okay, fine, go for it, sure. But average schmoes,
Mm-hmm.
pick your obsessions carefully.
Unless they're investing in their future because, that maybe it holds value,
Right.
where they're just going like, I have it now,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm on a 2-year project. I'm making bank, and I know the next project's not going to be as lucrative.
Right.
Maybe they just start buying up some stuff like that
Right.
Les Paul that they got a deal on.
There are those moments where
But that's extremely rare.
The gear fairy whispers in your ear, and you're like, "That's a really good deal.
Do it. Bye."
Which leads me to you actually led me to 2 different questions. Number one, let's talk about gear since the drummer started, and try to keep it under a half hour, would you?
I will. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Here's what I'm going to ask: what are you currently rocking at a show?
At the show, for me, we're limited. I have his basement kit out here because I live in Philadelphia.
Shitty road equipment.
It's just
shitty road.
I think it's a Pearl. I think I'm playing a Pearl. It's got a a lot of low end to it.
Just talk about your
No, I and a
it.
hi hat and 3-piece. So it's basically a 3-piece kit. And I typically play with a set of hot rods.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, especially like the dive bar, you get people in there with full stacks of amps, and they are just 8 arms and beating the crap out of them.
Yeah.
And you just can't hear any
No.
lyrics. You can't hear anything. And then you get people in there who are like, let's draw them in a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's enunciate maybe, and let's hear.
We want you to hear what's going on.
And I appreciate that. I can respect that totally. Like I always made it a habit as a singer to enunciate, to do the James Hetfield style of singing.
Nice.
Ooh-wah, nee-ya,
Right there.
yeah. Yep. Like if James Hetfield was singing Pearl Jam lyrics, that's what I tried to do.
James Hetfield.
Damn. That's good.
Well, because I wasn't trying to yell all night. Because, at the time I was in sales, so I was like, I talk for a living. I need to go to work in the morning. And, so, yeah. Anyway, I digress. So you're rocking a basement Pearl kit.
Yeah.
And hot rods. Are any particular heads or just whatever you want?
Whatever was on there when he got it.
Okay, cool.
Whatever I showed up, I flew out, and that's what was in the basement, and
Nice.
that's what we're playing. I literally dusted the heads off.
He doesn't need much.
But
I don't need much.
But at home, in the home network, you're rocking the Ludwig.
A 66 Lud, yeah.
And
I have a flat ride, Zildjian ride. I have a nice. It's a mix between Zildjian and Sabian.
Okay, so
but they're all hand banged.
So there's hand banged, nice.
Yeah, they're all hand.
Thunder Sack, hand banged.
You know what I mean? Like bang bang, baby. So
there's no sponsorship deal where you're
no, I'm not sponsored at all. No.
And I honestly feel like a sponsorship deal can sometimes tie you to
a specific
brand. I like some of your stuff, but not all of your stuff.
Well, so it's almost like I don't even know how to put it, but they're brothers apparently, Sabian and Zildjian.
Oh yeah.
So and
Big
they So I just combined them and you guys are going to get along. You're going to get along. So that my kit gets along.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool. Josh.
You're
awfully quiet. He's been so patient.
He has to be quiet.
He's been waiting. Let's talk gear. Guitar boy. What do you rock at a show?
I run the 1-string banjo.
I got blisters on me fingers!
Seriously. 24 fret, the Lawrence Bridge, floating, Bill Lawrence pickups.
Don't you mean Floyd Rose?
I do. Well, but there's all
that's just the backup guitar.
Floating spring
Floyd Lawrence floating bridge 1-string banjo 24 frets.
Yes.
Flying V
through. Yes, I do. The V's at home, but the banjo's on the road right now. I'm running through a 30-watt Vox digital amp with multi-tone and different kind of effects. The 20-foot cable.
As you do.
As I do. No tuner. 1 string.
No tuner.
Oh, no. He's all ear.
Diodario strings. Looking for the Diodario sponsor, please.
Yeah, strings totally. Great sponsor because it's always the same. And pedals?
No pedals. I used to run pedals, but over the time I've limited the pedals. I like to run straight to the amp. Back home I run through a tubed head, and I believe pedals, in my opinion, deplete the sound of the amp that you're going through. So I just like to run straight to the head.
And your musical style is not where you're constantly changing your sound around.
No, and I like to, and I like to experiment, and I do in certain.
But you
occasions
let the amp do the talking, basically.
Let the plane do the talking.
Well, I mean, in terms of effects, if you're gonna mess with effects.
Yeah, because what I've learned over time is limited and kind of having like a minimalistic kind of style to it.
Right.
It can bring more creative out of me and make me, I don't know, push harder, I guess.
No, and honestly, as a musician who has had to wait for a band to break down, yeah, I appreciate you.
Yes, and that's a big thing, and I'm big on that. And
Yeah.
I, the whole load in, load out, it's very important to me to, quick with that kind of thing and not hold up. And I don't know, this is kind of my style.
Help yourself to my fridge while you're at it.
Let's go. I like to walk in, all my gear's pretty much in one hand when I walk in the door and walk out of the door.
Yeah. I always
less trips.
like mine's in a kind of like a suitcase thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I had to, I could just boom, boom, boom,
Yep.
and do it. But then I'm like stepping over the.
It seriously takes me under
Yeah.
3 minutes to set my stuff
Yeah.
up. And
No,
get ready to
definitely.
go,
The showcase I was talking about, August 6th, I'm going to be performing on acoustic, just some of my own stuff in between the acts to kind of cut down the dead time.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse.
Mm.
Or it's like, okay, now we got to play the house music, and now it goes on. And I hate that as an audience member. Just like, come on, be ready.
Yeah, be ready. And then especially if you're opening and you have a following act and they're waiting for you to set up because they got to get all their gear on the stage.
The other thing is, if you're going to book the show, you must know a little bit about the band or the acts you're booking.
Sometimes.
And a band has 7 members, and the next act you booked after them is a guy or a girl. How about put the 7-member band last?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what do they call it? Not headline, but like you preset.
Yeah. Backline.
Backline.
And I'm actually very fortunate that the drummer for the headlining act has agreed to be the house kit.
Okay.
Because there's 3 bands of the 5 acts playing. There's 3 bands of the 5 acts. The first 2 are going to be. I'm starting solo, and then going to. It's either going to be solo or he's getting a reunion with a couple members of the bands. I don't know. And then going to 3 bands, and as it goes up, the energy level is going to ratchet up. Mm-hmm. But I was like, hey, do you mind letting your kit be the backline kit? Because as far as amps and everything goes, that's fairly quick in and out.
Yeah.
I don't expect a guitarist to let other people play through their amp and play their guitar and stuff. That's
there was the one guitar player who was that shows up and just borrows the guitar.
Yeah.
But that's not much.
Now, see, at like an open mic or an acoustic showcase or something, I get it.
Mm.
It's acoustic. Don't go Pete Townsend on it. Go for it.
Talk box.
You feel. But that was not Pete Townsend.
Oh, I thought you said Peter Frampton. My
No.
bad. Edit.
Pete Townsend.
I was about to have an intervention.
Yeah.
You about to feel. Anyway. So, we digress. So, the Diodario strings, you're rocking the one string
Yes,
banjo, and we talked about the amp. Do you have a pick preference or anything?
Yes, the Jazz 3s.
Wow. Okay.
The Jazz 3s. I like them if they're stiff. There's no fake in it. There's no give. And especially I play all type of styles, and I enjoy the punk and the metal and the hardcore and whatever kind. But it allows no I don't know. I edit, but
You're good.
it fits me, and I like it.
It's all that matters.
I like it a lot.
Right.
Jenno.
All right, face bass boy.
Yes.
What are you rocking at a show?
I'm rocking at a show. I don't know. A Fender.
Okay.
Yeah. And
It's a bass.
so I beat whatever's easy to get. It could be a Squire, it could be whatever, because I beat the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get something else.
Pawn shop special.
Those are the best.
That's
how I was raised.
I've got a $30 quart bass upstairs from a pawn shop.
Yeah. That's how my mom gave me my first bass. Was like a junky old thing. So I had to get real loud on it.
You play the hard key or what sort of amp?
Oh, acoustic. The brand acoustic, right?
I didn't know they made bass.
Yeah, they did.
Nice.
It's a Guitar Center special.
TIL.
And I finally was able to get one.
Ooh.
So a better amp back in the day. So
Now, how much of a gear snob are you?
Jeez, I don't know.
In terms of strings and
No,
picks.
I just started changing strings. And I thought, I like this. And I went into the shop, and he's like, "Oh, it depends on how you play your bass and what kind of size."
Well, bass strings are a lot more expensive. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and I was like, "Well, I liked the Ernie balls when I was younger, and so I just started buying them or whatever was cheap." But recently, when I went to the Guitar Center, I'm asking around, like, "What should I buy as a bass string?" And they had no idea. So I change them with just the common that comes with the bass, whatever the standard.
Well, maybe
size.
somebody in the comments could actually say for like slapping the bass,
Right?
You know, like for.
But I keep them as long. I've kept them as long as I can. But now I'm changing them.
But there's going to be some.
I getting scientific with it. I was like trying to go into Guitar Center. It's like, how am I going to get scientific?
Yeah.
Because now it's starting to sound like it used to get beat up if you changed your strings back in the day.
Tone.
What's your tone?
What, you changed that?
So, you changed that? What? You take it more time? No, so it's kind of like like the skateboard, you know.
Yeah, you rip that grip, re-grip,
right?
Yeah.
You do re-grip.
So from we talked about gear, and we'll pick up a little bit more of that a little bit later. But first, you also kind of led me into another question, which is, we'll talk show memories. What is your favorite? Hold on. What is that favorite show memory, good or bad, or somebody went to jail or whatever? No. What is your favorite show memory as Thunder Sack?
Okay, can I go on? Because there's a few, but I'll just say the one right off the rip right now is Stoney's, Ybor City, Florida. Moonshine. Josh Cannon right here, and a couple other people we will not mention for their safety. And the bar is no longer around. Apparently, about a year ago, they shut down. We didn't even go on yet. And we were chugging like straight up moonshine and
because
fireballs and just
we want to know if it worked.
We just wanted to fucking burn the place down because the owner is such an asshole. And,
wow.
But it was a brick, but it was a brick building, and it was just one of those things, and you couldn't set it on fire, which is fine because you don't want to do that.
Please.
And he was in the.
It's hard to play a venue that's burned down.
We already set up, so we would have ran in. We're like, dude, we got to get at least one in.
He's a
I'm not even kidding. We would have ran in and just done it. We would have done it like the fucking Titanic. Here we are.
There's only one song to play, and if the place is burning down, you know that, right?
The roof. Yeah, totally.
All right.
That's one of my favorite.
Josh was up in the roof of that place.
Yeah.
Equipment. There's like
they had
sharks up there. Like
they had a big shark on the fucking rooftop. Tell them, go ahead.
Florida. I just said, Florida. Anything.
I missed an opportunity to introduce you guys as Florida men.
Well,
anyway,
we're not. Yeah.
Josh, what's your favorite show memory?
Well, my favorite so far is, has been now the past two shows that we played in San Bernardino at the house show, this punk show that we played there. And the hospitality there and the crew that showed up. But more importantly is that the younger air that they were throwing down just reminded me that
it made a comeback.
The street and the whole underground style and the punk or
whatever
you want to call it is alive and well. Still,
yes, it is.
It'll always be alive and well, and I'm just a big fan of that. And the bands that were playing, everybody was original. They had their own songs. They showed up. The vibes were. I'm just trying to explain it, but that right now has been my favorite memory. There's plenty of memories, but the first one that came to my head. Actually, when you asked the question, I was thinking of other band memories too. Yeah, it wasn't this band, but maybe I'll just go
ahead. Hey, throw it out there, bub.
Well, I was on tour with the band in 2007 with the band. This is a Tampa local band called Paths of Possession, and I think we were actually out west, and it kind of makes sense that this thing that happened there. Well, anyway, this guy was there. He was a paraplegic. He had one leg, and he took his
paraplegic and one leg.
Yeah.
Wow,
he's having a bad month.
Yeah. And so he would take his boot off, and he was filling his prosthetic with beer and passing it around. And
you got to tell the story.
He was passing it around to people. I don't know. I may or may not.
If you get that past you gotta drink.
You gotta drink.
When are you ever gonna get like?
Yeah,
I know your homie, like three homies just drank from it. Like,
you're
I gotta do it now.
It was the greatest thing.
This is
and
a story.
Again, it was another house show, and it was just the place was packed. And again, the house shows are just very intimate and up and close and personal. And I don't know, it's the best memories and shows I played. or house shows.
Oh, yeah,
drinking.
That
Baileys
place
from a boot.
That place in Cal, yeah, drinking from a boot. What?
You drank from a leg.
A leg, like a prosthetic leg.
Das Boot. That is,
dude.
Thank you.
You win.
You're a winner, Boot.
Like I thought I heard someone say, I left the gig and woke up in a bush in my underwear, and the bass player was in jail. I thought that was pretty good, but you win.
Yeah. No.
I brought up moonshine and trying to burn. That's like typical like flamethrowing shit. Yeah, he brought up prosthetic.
There's a few that are coming back. We can have a whole conversation, a whole episode just based on memories.
Yeah, it's true.
A whole art cast.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So
I'll put this on there.
how about you,
Me?
Shawnee McShawn?
I'd say how the way we play, like, it doesn't matter. We're punk, but it doesn't matter where we go, where we go.
What's your favorite?
But the favorite, I guess, recently was the Twilight Lounge.
Mm. That was another good one.
I better get it.
We played.
You know what?
Yo,
We're gonna get right to
Get a
that.
drink.
It sounds like I need a drink. So
it's not that big a story. It's a friendly, nice story.
when the band reacts like that, we're gonna take a booze break. Booze break. We're back. Clink. Clink, bastards.
hey, ching.
So, Black Eagle whiskey, smooth. Actually, it's not bad. I got a hookup at Total Wine who, when I go in there, she's just like, come to the back, let's go to the tasting room. What do you think?
Oh,
What do you think? What do you think? And I was like, this is cool. It's $20 for the handle. And she's like, yeah, this is what I put on the parties.
This is good.
It's not bad.
That's probably going to go in my flask. I've been drinking Patty's.
Patty's whiskey? What's the Irish flag?
Paddys, and it tastes like Tully. Tully Mardu.
Okay, I was going to say. Because I have a scotch in there. It's called Tullibardine. So.
Oh, Tullibardine?
Tullibardine.
It's
a single malt Highland. And we've just insulted
the Highlander.
so
Nothing low.
Anywho, back to music.
Sorry.
Your favorite show memory, sir?
Twilight Lounge was good. It had
Salt Lake
so
City.
we had to play like quieter and acoustic, or it was like a jazz place. Jazz.
Yeah, but you got to preface it with we hadn't played in 8 years.
We played before that. We had a show before that.
Yeah, but we played the night before.
Yeah, before.
But that's
Lounge.
8 years,
So
and then we played Aces, and then we went to Twilight.
Yeah, so Twilight's a night.
So
lounge
a jazz
place.
lounge had punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we made
but like just dialed down a
I mean,
little bit.
Okay.
But like we got it on some of our tapes that we have out in the car.
Yeah.
Put it in
Or
the mix.
YouTube it. You can see it on YouTube.
Actually,
Well,
it is.
Thunder Sack, YouTube, Thunder Sack.
Twilight
Nice.
Lounge.
But see, my man
Just
Sean
say
and I
it,
here
just
have
say
always
it.
been kept busy in the work shed here, creating
In the shed?
material. Yep.
Yeah.
Work shed.
So
So
what else was cool there was the band, the people putting it on.
Yeah.
So someone came up and said they were all thinking it's like some crazy night where you could request music. And the guy, some lady went up and said, "Can you play Hotel California?" But it was not, I'm not talking about.
Tell me you did.
No. It was another band that did. So
Okay.
they went up and they said, "Well, we'll give you Hotel California, but it's another,
$100.
it's not going to be what you think it is."
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't exactly what she thought it was. It's not that kind of place. So he made his own version. What is Hotel California about again? The death or something.
Yeah,
it was all about the theme.
You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it was about that, and it was a totally different song. She's like,
I don't know if I want to drink here.
That's the kind of place it was. It's like mixed people who were off work or snuck out after they got kicked out after a fight. It's a place, and it's nice. It's a great place.
He's creating backstory.
It's a great place. You think that quiet
He's
place?
just calling people out.
Like,
right
I'm
now.
leaving, Sharon. I'm getting the hell out of here. And you go to the Twilight Lounge and it's up all night, and you're like, oh, there's the Thunder Sack.
There were dude. I got wrangled into an arm wrestling thing because I had arms or something. I'm like, I'm a tree climber, but I'm not a fucking arm wrestler.
This guy was
dude,
doing his hustle with the arm wrestling.
Yo, I was like, you want $1?
Your bottles in
like,
the back.
Here, take it.
Come on, bro. Come on. Over the top.
It's exactly what it was. That's exactly what
hustling.
it was. Like, dude, just take my $1. You win.
He got in trouble for.
I had.
He had the best. We had the bestest of friends, and then it was weird.
I had the saddest moment in the gym. I was in the gym.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to be 50 this year. I got to do what I can.
Get it.
Trying to get back in that front man shape.
Yeah.
It's failing, but I'm working on it. But and I'm in the gym, and
You gotta talk to Josh.
and there's this guy, and there's
Get on his routine.
this gym bro, can't hug him, can't hug people or whatever.
Like a straight jacket.
Tanned like George Harrison, not George Harrison, George Hamilton,
George
the
Hamilton.
walking leather wallet,
Oh,
and
man.
just walking around and just the backwards baseball hat with a flat brim and just walking over. Like, here's the dumbbell rack, and he's lifting right in front of the rack, and you're like, you're that guy. Okay, cool. He's grunting, he's, and all that.
You got it.
And some little blonde comes up and is just like, hey, Brian, whatever his name is, hey, blah, blah, and they start talking. And I'm on a machine, and I don't have earbuds at this time, and so I'm like, I have to listen to this. And it says, Happy Father's Day. And I'm like, tell me he didn't breed. And I was so sad. I was so sad.
He did. That's good.
Dude, that took a twist I didn't think it was going to take. And
I don't know.
That's great.
I don't know
Good.
if he has
Good.
kids, but
That's good.
yeah, he's the guy in the parking lot with the truck, the lifted truck, for no reason other than
And
He doesn't use it.
he's shorter than all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
compensating.
And
The only thing missing is big old American flag in the back.
Yeah.
Anywho, America. So I digress. So we talked about favorite show memories. We talked about gear a little bit. I wanted to go from you've got that gear, cool. Mm-hmm. Any dream gear, any Wayne's World soon you'll be mine moments. Is there anything you're lusting after?
I play a little drums.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
But any of you have just that thing you're dreaming about, lusting after?
Yeah. Actually, I had a guitar stolen. It was burglarized from the house that I lived in Ybor, in Tampa, Florida. And it was a West Tone guitar that it was my favorite, and I just want it back. And that's my baby. It got stolen, and I kind of did some custom work to it. But West Tone were mid '80s Japan-made guitars, and I think Area bought them out.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were short-lived, right?
Yeah, they were, and they weren't the greatest quality, but they looked really cool. And
That's all that matters.
yeah.
Well, if you do the upgrades like you did, you just
Well, I did. I
you could dial
customized
them
it.
in, right?
I customized it
Yeah, that's what you
to
do.
my likings, and
Well, customize everything.
So
Have you ever heard of a Teisco guitar?
no, I haven't.
In the 60s, okay? They had a couple different models, but Woolworths, okay?
Mm.
You probably remember Woolworths.
I remember Woolworths.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
44, man. Come on.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, he looks good. So you're the baby of the bunch?
Yep.
I'm
I'm
the
the
youngest
baby
one.
of the bunch. What are you talking about?
32, right?
Close.
What? Come on.
35.
Okay. Wow. Something. Florida, I guess. Wow.
It's that water,
It's that-
man.
it's that humidity.
Yeah.
Anywho, I had a Teisco guitar, and back in the 60s, if you could convince your parents to get you an electric guitar, there were a couple brands that were your option. You can get them at Woolworths or maybe Sears or whatever. And Teisco was one of them, Teisco.
It's starting to sound familiar.
Yeah. No two looked alike. And I'm talking this one has a couple switches,
Yeah.
this one has maybe a knob instead, and no two looked alike. Most of them were in red, but occasionally there was a green. I worked at a pawn shop at the time, and I opened a case, and I was like, oh, sweet. What is that? Pickguard was alternating knurled and smooth mirrored stripes.
Sweet.
Yeah, excuse me, I'm about to go down some memory here. For you OG
Good.
Room Sixers, you've probably heard this story. This is I lost this.
Yeah.
This thing had a whammy. First of all, when you think whammy bar, you think the bridge. Giant spring, everything looked very
Get out.
gears, very engineering.
I think it was like a Bigsby bridge. I think.
Probably the whammy bar started like this and ended like this. So you just grabbed it, just went wow, wow, wow. And it was my first ever zero nut. So that was freaky now. I was like, where's what? There's no fret. What do I do? How do I...
like a fretless.
Yeah. Well, no, just the first
Oh,
fret.
the nut on top.
The zero nut, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And,
What?
but man, it was heavy. And it was the tone. I recorded an album on it. And we did a Battle of the Bands. At Hooters Casino here in town.
Hell yeah.
And loading up, and where they have you load up is basically where the dumpsters are, as you do, at casino. And I put it on the ground next to the van, load everything up, drive home, and I say, I really just did that, didn't I? Of course, obviously, never found it. I didn't bother calling the pawn shops to keep an eye out for it because I got it for even today on eBay, they're still like 195, 200 something. So none of the guitars in room 6 on my guitar wall are over $200, or generally like I play bars. You know, you don't take the $1,000 guitar to a bar.
No, you don't.
Unless you're an
Absolutely.
idiot. But I don't need show ponies. But I digress. My next question was going to be, from the highs of dream gear to the lows of losing gear, have you lost any gear? And you have.
There's other few occasions too.
Yeah,
Actually, I had another guitar too. It was one of my favorites, which was an under $100 guitar. I worked at the Dean Guitar Factory for a bit in Tampa in guitar setup, and anyway, they had the X rack, which it's all the blemishes.
The X rack.
And you can buy it for super cheap, and it was like 50% off and all that.
Nice.
And I think I bought it for like $70 or something like that. Well, at the time, I had joined a band called Party Time, and this guitar.
Party Time?
Yeah.
Did you drink?
Dude,
We had a few.
I got stories with that one.
And this guitar was a nuclear green, like just a bright, very
I love
bright.
that guitar, dude. You knew he was playing just by that.
Like an 80s glam metal green?
Yeah,
bro.
And it had the laminate fretboard. Well, I had joined the band at the same time, and I was working at the place at the same time, and coincidentally, it worked out, and I bought this thing. But I owned the guitar for a few years. We did a couple tours, and we were playing a show. Actually, I think we played the Scion Fest in Tampa, and we did an after party at a local bar. And anyway, the end of the show, great day. And I left my gear out, and I had one of my friends watch, but everybody was drunk and sloshed and stuff. And
as you do.
So I was like, I'll be right back. I'm going to get the car. Can you please watch my gear? And again, I'm very coherent when it comes to like leaving my gear. It doesn't matter how inebriated or what.
Right.
Like I'm always watching my gear.
Get the gear.
I kind of slipped and had somebody watch it I thought I could trust. It wasn't his fault. And anyway, I came back and my guitar was gone, and my amp was sitting in the alleyway. I really missed the guitar, but what I missed the most though was the guitar case, because that guitar case was from this Jackson guitar that I still have, but that case had been around the country on tour, and I had a bunch of stickers and like little tools and little like gadgets inside of the case, and I was like, set lists and everything.
Dude.
So I was like super bummed and pissed and yelling. And
I remember when you lost that, man. That burned him up.
Yeah.
I mean, it obviously still burns you, and
But
it should.
Yeah. But it's all good. I think I missed the guitar case more, but back to that West Tone guitar, that's the one I'm looking out for still.
That's
wow, dude.
Yeah.
You two guys have any sort of dream gear you're listening after?
Squirrel?
My dream is to be able to go into a guitar place and pick the tone, pick it out. I'll write a Fender, but be able to pick it out and not look worried about the price. And an amp the way I like it, and everything looking get it to it.
So
to your style.
Does it have to be Fender or just the Stratocaster style?
Just the way it looks, that style.
Yeah, see, I'm the same way. Pretty much all my electrics are that body style because of the Gretsch. It's just too big. It's just and it gets in the way. Yeah, and the Telecaster. Telecaster's okay.
Yeah.
It's I always gravitate. I always gravitate towards...
the telly's where it's at, man.
Sound-wise, yes. But playing it, I gravitate back towards the Strat body, regardless of what the brand is. I mean, I've got Silvertone up there, I've got some others. But I mess with the Les Paul's body. Don't like it.
Is Silvertone the one that made the headless? Did they make a headless?
I don't know the history of them.
And some of them, I think, have like a steel neck or some kind of like metal.
I believe so, yes. Like but they also are the cheap and cheerful.
Yeah, it's
I can pawn shop special. Yeah. Right on. You have any dream gear? You happy with what you have, pretty much?
Honestly, I have my dream kit is that 66, but honestly, the only thing if I was to fantasize about a little something, it will probably be like a better mounting setup for it.
A rack or
a little bit of maybe I don't know. It's got to break down quick.
So your fantasy is more utility.
You got it. Yeah, it's utility. But I innovate. I'll make another piece for it.
Right.
It's okay. I built my chopper. It's okay. I just did a fucking 2-week tour on my Harley, which I built. I cut the thing in half and fabricated the whole tail end from parts from clubs in Ybor.
Nice.
So the whole tail end of my Harley is the sprinkler system out of a club in Ybor.
Nice.
So just to give you an idea, the hardware side, when I finally get to it, and I will get to it, fantasies and dreams, they come true. Never forget.
A fantasy is just a goal you haven't started on yet.
That's fucking great. Man.
A tomato is
Room
a
6,
tomato
baby.
you haven't bitten yet.
I should put that on a t-shirt. Fantasy is a goal you haven't started on. We just got toasted. Good news. so okay. I've asked that question a lot to bands, and the best answer I think I ever got was a roadie.
The roadie.
That's my dream gear, is a roadie. Someone to just do all the...
Do it all.
Oh, man.
Yeah, do the lug-in, do all the
That'd be
setup.
Honestly, that'd be really... Damn, that's a really good answer.
Right? Because
we had all the wrong answers.
like, some of us are walking around with sore backs right now, and a roadie would be nice. There are times you just want to be the talent. Just show up.
He does that stuff. He does the stagehand stuff.
Oh, I used to.
Used to.
I always love when I see... I'll meet a band or an artist, and their management is the roadie. Like, the management's running around doing everything,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you're earning your keep.
Hell yeah.
Yes, you are. I don't care where you book them. You are doing... Yes, go for it.
Yeah.
If you get a real one, like a significant other that wants to lug your gear,
Even better.
keep that person. Yes.
I have a good woman by my side. And
Yes.
and she's actually flying out tomorrow to join the rest of the tour.
Nice.
So
Get her on stage, make her the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones dancer.
yeah. Oh, dude, that's actually a really good show.
How
The Boss Tones that's one of the best shows I've been to.
I just wonder, does he get an even cut?
I don't know.
He works harder than they do.
He just loves going.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He works harder than they do, probably. And yet, with all that dancing, he's always like the same weight.
Dude, I lost a shoe. I
Is
lost a
George
fucking
Clinton's
shoe
band on it?
at a Mighty Boss Tones show.
Okay.
And there was somebody holding it up, like, anybody? 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 I was like, that's my shoe. I was looking for it for a half hour. I've been holding it up for a half hour. My arm's sore. I love you.
That's
We
your
gave
new
a big
best friend.
hug,
That's
and we
your new
just
best
like
friend.
parted ways. It was like, cool. I'm gonna get water now. I'm like, you have a good time later. Thank you. I'm like, did that just happen?
Yeah, right?
Dude.
Shoe. All you gotta do is get his number
Just
from
take
the shoe
care
guy.
of
They were holding my freaking shoe up. I was looking for it for about a half hour. It probably got kicked
good,
around.
That's a good show memory too, but not from when you guys played.
Yeah, right.
All right, moving on. Let's talk. We're almost done, but I just want to say, let's talk earliest musical influence. Okay, what is that first musical influence that, whether it was an artist or a genre or just a song, that you're like, I want to do that, and whether, regardless of whether it was punk or what was that first earliest musical influence that started you down this degenerate path?
I think for me was Tom Petty's "Running Down a Dream," and I think I heard that the first time in my mom's the Datsun. What's the Datsun? I forget the Datsun
300Z. Datsun
something. Is there a 52
Datsun?
in there or 50? Or
Datsun.
Anyway, it's a Datsun.
They're badass.
vehicle, and I just
They're not around.
They have a good
Yeah.
rumble.
Not around.
Good rumble
You
to
mean
them.
Nissan Light?
I'm not sure, but it was my mom's car, and in the back seat and hearing that riff for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, and that hooked me. And
Any song where you can hear literally two notes and know the song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can go down the rabbit hole on hearing all this stuff for the
Yes.
first time. And I also wanted to throw out too, or shout out to hearing Rush, the song "Working Man." That
Ooh,
Alex Lifeson
dude.
the first time.
That's
hearing that.
that's a
It's
bit
like,
different
oh.
than Tom Petty.
It is.
But yeah, no. That definitely Rush is one of those gateway drugs. Like suddenly, like, wait, he plays what?
Yeah.
He does what? Yeah.
And that's a shout out to my dad because I was always on the radio, and I had just my parents were. I mean, the music was in the house all the time, and they had great influence or have great influences, and so at a young age, I mean, it was always around and kind of soaked it in like a sponge.
Next.
Music influence?
Yeah, earliest musical influence.
As music, but was Andy Gibbs' album.
Wow.
Just kidding.
You just dated yourself, bud.
No, I went to this record store.
You might as well throw them
I've never
shades
been to
on
a
there
record
for
store
you.
before, and my sister was like, pick out an album, and had Andy Gibb with Lightning on it, and I thought that was like the greatest album, and then I listened to it, it was like, what I do wrong? What I do wrong, but it wasn't music influence, I'm just kidding. For as the bass, the Green Door in Riverside, I snuck in or almost snuck in. I used my high school ID, and that's where I said I was 18. And they let me in to the fire hose show.
Behind the green.
Fire hose.
And when
wait, but that was your earliest musical influence? Was going to a show?
No. I told you
To play the bass.
So you were serious. And again, was your serious?
The first one, it was such crap that
I want to do
my first influence.
I want to rectify
Dude, I can
this.
talk House Martins. I can whatever.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking, what was that time what was the music where you're like, I want to do this. I want to try being.
But you're
I've been a
Rialto,
singer,
right? You're
I was
Rialto?
Rialto, California, San Bernardino. But I used to sing and like a bunch of stuff and just getting
Orange County
pumped. Just getting crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude.
Screaming. And so, but then everybody had guitars and all that stuff. And so I was like, I want to play the bass after seeing Mike Watt. It's like, there's room for me around here.
Yeah, man.
And I snuck in and saw Mike Watt and they're breaking strings.
Right on.
Game on. Man.
Cool.
Wow.
I've never heard someone answer that question saying, I snuck into a show and that's what did it for me. And I was just like.
It kind of, the bass playing.
Yeah. No. I can totally.
Music.
It's that whole Foreigner one guitar jukebox hero thing of just you suddenly are just like I can do that.
And wasn't that a pawn shop guitar too that he picked up?
Yep.
Straight up
from a secondhand store.
From a secondhand store, yeah.
Are you talking me?
No.
From the song.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to play it, but he knew for sure.
So yeah.
Anywho,
I love that bass. So.
Right on. Last but not least.
Shit, man. Honestly, I'd say Pink Floyd. My parents were listening to when they were still together. You know, my dad was an old biker. Mom's a beatnik. Things didn't work out. So while they were still together, though, Pink Floyd albums were on the vinyl. Laying out,
so not just the wall. It was
the wall specifically that really drew me in, and just how it all went down, the production of it, and it drew me in. I was like, dude, but I was naturally drawn to. I wanted to play the guitar originally, so
isn't everybody
right? Well, I found out really freaking quick that I'm either a bass player or I'm a fucking drummer,
right?
And it turned out that I'm a drummer. Because I just don't pay attention to all the chords and shit. I can fake all that shit, but I can't do what he does, and I can never do what this fucking guy does.
And you know what? A lot of guitarists and drummer or bass players would probably say the same thing about drumming. I personally went decades before I finally was like, okay, I can get 3 limbs to do something independently.
Yeah,
it's just the kick drum that throws me off. And my former drummer became my drum teacher for a while, and I finally started getting it, and finally started like locking in. And then I would think too much, and I would throw the song off. But you know how it goes. Hey, my daughter, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Oh, I'd like audience. Audiences are good.
Hey,
she's not an audience. She's
what
not.
was your first influence?
Oh yeah,
guitar.
You, sir, are the first in 3.5 years to ever ask me that question.
Hey, that's what we do.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And the best part is, his name's Josh.
That's the best part.
Hello.
All right. I'm going to answer that in just a second. We're back. It's been a while since I... Nice push. Good diaphragm.
Yeah,
That's just start.
You sure you're not the singer?
Hello.
So this gentleman here asked me, this amazingly named man, asked me what my earliest musical influence was. And I used to say, when I was 7, when I was a young warthog, when I was 7...
That's my favorite line.
My next oldest sibling is my brother Drew. He's 9 years older than me. So it was always like, he's my immediate look up to kind of thing. I'm the last of 5 kids. So the rest were kind of like, they're dealing with, adult stuff. But he introduced me to Kiss. I don't remember the album, but I remember dancing on the couch, I used to say that, but nothing I do really is kind of Kiss-like. What I remember, when I think of childhood and music, what I immediately go to is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Oh, man. Vinyl, listen to it every night to go to sleep.
That's a killer element.
Do you know that album right there?
Man.
Keep this in mind. All right, when you guys are like scouring, and then FYI, anybody out there, if you're scouring the record collections out there,
Bin diving.
You know what it is. You know the fingertips there, right? You get in there. Dig
I don't think they know.
They know.
Well, I think
See, kids, there used to be these things called vinyl records. Anyway.
Well, when you're digging through the vinyl, look for the Beatles record, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band with 2 E's.
What?
And the Beatles. That record is priceless.
It's the same music.
It's the same music,
it's
but
like
they misprinted.
It's like the upside down
Is it
stamp.
on the record?
They misprinted the freaking thing.
Or the record cover.
Instead of B-E-A,
Could you trade it with the record cover?
B-E-E.
I maybe never heard
Dude.
this.
You gotta...
Like, I don't even know where that record I listened to when I was a kid is.
Brother,
But
like,
yeah.
if you find that record,
Beatles.
and I'm telling you, somebody out there right now is going to find one in a freaking yard sale for 50 cents, and they're gonna make 10 grand right now.
Right.
I'm telling you. And I've been looking for it since
You
I
heard
found
it
this
here,
out.
Sixers? That's... Wow.
If you don't find it, I'm finding it.
The problem is, there's not a lot of vinyl bin diving left to do. You know?
That depends on the city you're in.
Well, no, because, like, I have a vinyl collection.
Yeah, same.
And I'm not getting rid of it. Like, you hang on to your vinyl.
Right?
Because stores now, you can take a CD in and trade it in and get store credit or whatever, but I don't think you could do that with vinyl. And if you can, they're going to sit there and just scrutinize the heck out of that thing and give you like...
Same thing what we were talking about. We stopped on the road tour here, and Josh and I were just like pumping gas and just talking, and we talked about moving and the things that you accumulate over the years. And our DVD collection comes in the topic.
See, kids, DVDs, never mind.
Right? Well, I have bins. I have three fucking Rubbermaid bins that are a decent size.
Lightweight.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and that's it.
My wife has a spreadsheet of DVDs.
Bro.
The kind you could look up and you could get it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
So
I've seen that on DVD.
we don't even watch the DVDs anymore. We have like every now and then we'll go nostalgic, quote unquote. This one,
Right?
Vintage.
and yeah, because like I don't have a VHS
I just
anymore.
like the feel of it.
I still have.
No, that's what's great about stuff like that, though. There's
Yeah.
no more feel
Well,
and
look,
feeling the stuff.
if shit hits the
in
fan,
music. There's no feel.
the vinyl's where it's at.
But there's the feel and having to
We're
sit
going
all that
Mad
stuff.
Max on shit. You know, it's gonna
The
be
feel.
it's gonna be worth a lot.
I don't know, but
I feel
no
not
idea
around
what's going
anymore.
on anymore.
It's happening.
The
It's
feel-
happening.
the
You
feel-
know what? We went Black Water on it. Oh, that's Black Eagle. Black Eagle.
But the feel. That's gone. That's
But
what
remember,
I'm
if
saying.
shit hits fan, the vinyl is wax, though. And
What
that
were we
sounds
talking
horrible.
about?
He was talking about. We're there.
Shiza.
You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean?
Like,
My,
Yeah.
my, my
Wax,
earliest
it's
music.
melting.
We were talking about earliest musical
No.
influence.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
Feel it?
But it definitely influenced me because years and years later, I made my second album, and I was doing everything except the drum set, which my former bass player, who was my engineer, played because he was a better drummer than I was. At that point, I just didn't have the confidence at all. I still don't on an
I think he's a better drummer than
well,
I am.
on an acoustic kit, I still don't. I've never played an acoustic kit, actually played it, just messed around. But my electric kit, I feel very confident on.
Interesting.
And so there's a song on my album, available at the link down in the description. Anyway, where I just couldn't get. I wasn't happy with the solo. And I kept changing the solo. I kept trying stuff. I did like 7 solos.
The struggles are...
And then I said, "Hey, this is that kind of song. What if you play them all at once?" And that's what we kept. A little tweaking here and there, but I recorded a song with 7 solos all at once that I'll never be able to replicate.
Get out of here.
And I just recently, actually, for the first time in like over 3 years, I just played at. I live stream a showcase weekly that a local musician puts on. He's really trying to grow the scene again. And he asked me, "Hey, do you want to live stream it? You can do a review video of it like you do." And I said, "Sure." It's 4 or 5 hours of content that I just turn it on, and when I'm done, I hit stop, and YouTube makes a video. Gosh, awesome. And it's actually turned into a really cool thing. And I kept saying, "Hey, man, I know people flake on you occasionally. They can't show up. If you need somebody to fill in, let me know." And then he's like, "Really?" I was like, "I got 2 albums, dude. I got content." Finally, he puts me on a flyer, and I'm like, crap.
Well, it's official at that point.
Yeah, well, and so I played that song with just me on acoustic, and I did my best. But in my head, I'm like, here's where the solos come in.
It's about to happen.
But I had that. I flashed back when I heard it. I flashed back to the Beatles and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and that was their kind of, we're getting into the weird stuff and the drugs and stuff. And I had that moment of, this is that song that will never be this good ever live.
I like that story,
But
when Sgt. Pepper came out, and then Hendrix covered it like a few days later. They did like a little rehearsal before the show.
Yeah,
Hey, we're gonna cover the song, and they just like kind of.
Well, he's Jimi Hendrix, so yeah.
Hendrix did that kind of shit. He was a driver. He would push your limits. He did that to the Who as well. He did all that shit. He was pushing them, and he did it to his favorite was Dylan, but Dylan didn't take offense to it. A lot of other cats took offense to it because Jimmy would apparently the Who is like there's a famous little interview about that. Jimmy would get in your fucking face and just play your song, like looking at you, like man.
Yeah, I could see I don't see Jimmy doing that.
Dude, he's like looking at you like, dude, well, he's over here doing it, you know, like,
dude,
man,
you're a dick.
And what do you say to that?
But think about Bob Dylan. How many performers got famous from songs he wrote?
Right?
Like that was he figured it out. It's like, with my face and my voice, maybe I'm not gonna, maybe I need to write music for other people.
He was quirky though.
Bob Dylan always gives singer-songwriters hope because that face and that voice, you're just like, if he can make it. But and then, I mean, you heard about the whole electric guitar thing, right?
Oh yeah, the transition.
Yeah, he was playing like a folk festival or whatever, and
I remember that.
electric guitar was now a thing, and he played electric guitar, and they booed him. His fans were just like, sell out!
Was that out in Tampa?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think that was in Tampa.
But
there is
it's
a
a good
show,
story,
though.
but it's still good music.
That was in the southern. That was in the southern belt, though.
But I'm sure that wasn't the only show either. And being in that time and being that era and then the whole racial thing.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
this guy's
dude,
like
and he was in with all that.
Before he was Hendrix.
You know what? I think that's part of why they were booing him was because the electric guitar was, it's Jimi Hendrix and a lot of other B.B. King. Mm-hmm. There was a little bit of the racial thing there.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
But also, it's just like, we know it's like a record label that, okay, now we want the same album you just had a hit with again. And you're like, but I want to write new music.
They want jukebox.
Yeah, they want what they like. Jukebox, yeah, nice. Last question. You made it.
This was just warm up though.
We're just sound
check.
check.
I gotta work tomorrow, man.
This is just sound check. This is just sound check.
Sound check,
Yeah, some of us have day jobs.
We haven't started yet.
To quote Dean Martin, recording with Frank Sinatra. Can you hurry this up? I got a tattoo at 11.
Okay.
That was the best. I loved hearing that, and yet you never ever saw a tattoo on Dean Martin.
That's so cool.
I'm sure he had them. Anywho, I digress. Thank you for hanging in there. Really do appreciate you.
He was tattooing his armpit. Sorry.
That sounds... I have one, a meaty shoulder for a reason.
Hey, what's that Waterboy quote when you go, it was like, someone got Henry Winkler tattooed on their ass, and it's like, well, mama don't know, mama...
Well, mama don't know.
Wow. That's
You went Waterboy on it.
We found weird rabbit holes now.
Mama don't know.
Right on.
Heard it.
Right on. Anyway,
everybody's doing it.
last question. Let's pretend we're talking to little Josh or Kevin.
Okay. Little?
Yes.
Like baby?
We're going back to that earliest musical influence, basically.
Oh.
What do you wish someone had told you before you got into music? Don't say change your strings.
I gotta do this so I can...
Better drummer than I am.
Wait, repeat the question again.
What? He threw a hi-hat in there. What you got?
What was the
Best
question
percussion
again?
instrument ever.
Dang.
The question one more time.
What do you wish someone had told you before you got into music?
Oh.
Before you started down that...
Don't quit your day job.
Damn.
Keep the day job.
Running heat on this one right here. Damn.
Well, you can wait.
Yeah, I gotta wait. That's a tough one.
I've got two more questions here.
Yeah, you got it.
Not to be good.
Say again?
Not to play good.
Make mistakes, kind of.
Okay, so you're
You
going
don't have
down...
to sound cool.
You're going down the Dave Grohl path.
You just do your own thing.
Just make noise and be shitty.
There you go.
And then eventually,
That's okay.
suddenly, your sound is decent.
I can respect that.
So what you're saying is don't aim for perfection. Just
whatever you like.
make music you like.
Yeah.
And eventually...
That's something you learn later. I mean, you're trying to be...
Right.
Trying to...
Wow.
Don't
I'm going to... I don't normally chime in
sound
on
like
these.
shit. It's cool.
I don't normally chime in on these, but I'm going to chime in on that.
Why?
Only because when you start making music, you don't maybe think you sound like shit, but you're going to sound like crap. And that's okay. Because eventually, whether you know it or not, your musical influences will get in there and start, the things you resonate will start influencing you, and you'll kind of start skewing your songwriting and your playing, or your whatever, to that, so that suddenly you realize, hey, I can play that cover song. Hey, I can do that thing. Or hey, here this original song sounds a little bit like this other song I like, and I'm okay with that because it's still my own. And that's how you start developing your own sound. But if you just start out of the gate trying to sound like XYZ artist, you're going to be disappointed. Because they spent all that time making that sound up themselves.
That's why it's tough for me to answer that, because I guess it's just fortunate having good influence around and people.
You get him.
Yeah.
You get this guy in the deep end.
But it was always encouraged
like,
in the house. It was always encouraged, and it was always going. And
yeah. Well, so you grew up in a musical household.
Yeah, I did.
Right on.
But I was the only one who really played, and I think it was just
right.
Good parents encouraging, to play, and grandparents.
Not to put it back on me. I try not to do that. Like, well, I've got a story too.
Yeah, no, it's cool
because I hate that. But I do have a story too, where my father, who I didn't think was really very creative minded, that type of thing. Turns out he used to play trumpet. Found out when he took his trumpet to
right there, Mr.
No, not him. When I took a trumpet, he took his trumpet to like a shop and got an electric guitar with an amp built into the case.
Oh, sweet!
It sounded like crap, but I was able to go ding, and play electric guitar and feel like a rock star.
Yeah, that's all you need.
And that was the support that I needed to start down that path. And eventually, college hit, and I was like, acoustic, I can go anywhere. And acoustic, everybody can hear whether they want to or not.
Oh, here we go. That's a good one, because that reminded me. And this will probably make the answer a little more simple to the question. But when the famous question of, is it better to start on electric or acoustic?
Oh,
and I think that's just a BS question, and I think
that's
electric.
That's good.
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
it doesn't matter.
It's better to start.
You think?
I think it doesn't matter, right? They're both the same thing. They both got strings and a fretboard, and they both make sound. And I mean, one you can plug into the
starting to learn, or just starting to.
I think part of it is though your circumstance. If you are in an environment where electric really will not fly, other than playing it off, then go for an acoustic.
Because what it comes down to is really your string gauge and your tension and your neck and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that acoustic is tougher to it toughens up the calluses and toughens up the fingers. But that being said, you get faster playing electric.
I don't know. I got to stand by my.
No.
But I did have the first guitar was an acoustic,
right?
That I had, and that's what I started on.
I think price wise,
we're talking dreaming or learning.
Learning, no, still
dreaming,
learning, and people ask me that, and I tell them it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just whatever you got your hands on, whatever guitar you have at the moment is great.
Right.
At least you're doing it,
right?
You're doing it. I played on pots and pans.
It doesn't matter.
There's pictures of me as a in diapers, literally setting up. I flipped over flower pots, and I brought out pots and pans, literally. And I was sitting in a circle on my grandmother's back patio, just doing tink, tink, tinking, tink, tink, tinking, making whatever beats I was doing. But I set it all up. It was like this. I had the whole thing up. I posted up on the back patio with fucking pots and pans.
I love that story. Back in the day when I was playing pots and pans,
that was a big inspiration.
Pepper,
what did someone not tell you?
Here at Pepper's Farms, we have 5 different types of cheese during the holiday season. See?
He leaned into the mustache.
So
sponsorship.
What's up, Pepper's Farms?
So okay, we've got your advice. Basically, is just start, just play. And I agree with you.
It's tough, and it's always going to be tough.
And the same goes for any sort of creation, content creator, whatever. Just start. Mm-hmm. Same with YouTube. Same with songwriting, whatever. Just start. You'll get better the more you do it.
It's going to be tough at first, like anything.
Yeah.
There's no money in music.
That's your advice to young of you?
Another one.
Oh, okay.
No, but really, just getting going is the most important. Just having it in you to just fucking get up and go
is enough.
Is the most important aspect of any game you're about to go into.
Go with your
any
love.
game.
Yep. And I'm going to piggyback on that, if you don't mind, because weekly, once a week, I deal with a little bit of imposter syndrome, a little bit of, am I bothering? I make the mistake of looking at views and things like that. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Focus on the next thing. Just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Before you know it, suddenly people are talking about what you've been doing. Well, I liken it to this. I try not to worry so much about what other people are about. Like, I have my YouTube channel that I like to watch and my TikTokers and stuff that I like to watch. But I try not to compare myself to them because they're doing what I'm doing. I'm busy making content. No, I didn't see such and such episode of, whatever show on primetime TV. I was busy making content. I was busy creating.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes for you for music. Be busy making the music and you won't feel like jealous or like you're not good enough. And if you do feel that way, write about it.
Someone out there is going to like it, and someone out there is going to not like it.
Don't hide in the basement.
Exactly. Well, gentlemen, thank you so very
too.
much for stopping by.
Thank you, sir.
We're shaking hands already. Wow. Hey, right on.
Oh.
I can't. I'm just joshing.
I know. Hey, oh,
Room 6.
classic right there.
Thank you very much for watching. Stick around. We're going to get a nice music video from them. Not sure what song yet. They've got a few.
Bullwhip.
If you see Thunder Sack,
Easy.
I have to say it like that every time. If you see Thunder Sack in your city, definitely go see them. In the meantime, thanks for hanging out. Remember to be amazing, and we'll see you next time on Room 6. Say bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Room
Bye.
6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
Ding.
There's always one.